Hello, everybody. It is February 22nd, Saturday, Cartoon Day, monster movie, Three Stooges night on Me TV. Wonderful day today. I had a wonderful day. I was really busy. Then took my old man nap and woke up and said, wow, I didn't do a video today. So here I am, still groggy, half asleep, and wanting to share my story 24/7. Well, hello, Libby. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. I'm going to get fired up here in a short. I had a wonderful, blessed day today. I got some really wonderful prizes in the mail. Wonderful people. Look at that. How beautiful is that? We are making a huge difference. Much love to you, Sister Brenda. Isn't that just freaking cool? Wonderful supporter sent me that, and she sent me a letter. She said, if you need envelopes, ink pens, anything to help get your story out, let me know. And hello, Kathy. I sent some packages out, and Kathy, I sent you 2 books out today. I'm running out of books again. I really am. I think I saved 2 of the colored copies. I'm still waiting on more. Yeah. I'm still thrilled about this one right here. I'm still thrilled about this one right here. That's awesome. Another lion sent me one last year. It has the Punisher on it with the real JFK Jr. I about wore that one out, wearing it every day. Robin got me this on her Alaskan cruise, and I've been wearing that all the time too. But this hat I got in the mail today. It was, I got the letter. I'll read the letter sometime, but I believe it was just off the top of my head, made by a guy at a shop in Dallas, Texas. They were talking about my father being unalived, and yeah. And you are so welcome. Thank you all so much. It is monster movie night. I was just watching the monster movie. It was like Godzilla, and I was like, why am I watching this movie? I can be sharing and making some noise, getting the story out to the masses. 2025, people. I had a saying in 2024, justice for John 24, it's justice for us all. Well, we're making a stand, and we're going to come out with this story this year. It's going to go world this year. This just came out a couple weeks ago. This is on lulu.com, The Historian's Tale. It is $19.63. And I believe it's like $7, $6 and something shipping. And you got my picture on the cover. Mary Maxwell helped me write this. Huge achievement. Like I have said, I was tortured. I never went to school to read and write. I went to school to learn how to be a soldier and do things old school, learn things old school. the corruption that goes on. That's what I learned. But they made it so I could never write a book. The torture that our CIA can give somebody, it's freaking huge. It really is. I thank God I'm still alive. But with the help of Jackie Goldman, Stolen Identity, she helped me write this. She came to me and she said, I would love to help you write a book. And I said, please, I've been trying for 20 years to write a book. For 20 years, and I can't do it. And I need your help. And she came out with this last year, and it should be number one. This book right here. Every American needs to read this book. Everybody around the world that is affected by the United States needs to read this book. Why? Because my father was the president of the United States of America. I was kidnapped. I was replaced. Our mainstream media, they don't want to tell you. Why don't they want to tell you? Why doesn't the mainstream media want to tell you that the son of a president was kidnapped, was put in so-called witness protection by organized crime or whatever you want to call it? I call it kidnapping. They stole my life. They kept me in poverty. What's it like for a child to be kidnapped and put with a family? Some good, some bad, they'll stab you in the back and then they'll tell you they love you, things like that. But anyway, a lot of the stories are in this book. There's so much that's not, though. So much that's not. And why? I just made this post on Ticker Talk, people. Ticker Talk banned me a couple weeks ago, and then a week and a half later, they brought me back on. And, well, I'm not going to share that on TikTok. I'm just going to share the photo. See how this works on my phone. I want you all to get a good look at that picture right there. I don't know the right or the left, so if you can see that one, that's Donald Trump. And then on this side, and it's right or left, that side is the man that stole my identity. He was placed by organized crime. Now, I want you all to get a good look at this photo. What am I exposing? Why don't they want my story out? This man right here, look at those ears. Look at that face. Compare any childhood photo up to the age of 9 or 10 years old, any of them to that man. You can clearly see, and if you can't clearly see, it's because you are freaking blind, that I was replaced. Well, there's a little better. The glare got off there. So, yeah, if you see, what happened and what happened? Come on, there we go again. Okay, the whole world knew him as John Kennedy Jr. Why? Because our Secret Service wanted it that way. Our Secret Service are crooks. They are thieves. Our FBI are thieves. Our CIA are thieves. Okay? Who's in control of our country to this very day? Obviously, our Secret Service. If they can do this, if they can replace me as a child. So you see those ears? What they did was they grew our hair long in the 70s. In the 70s, they were growing our hair long. Why? Because it was pre-planned, premeditated. Their murders were pre-planned and premeditated. His earlobes connect to his jawline for the whole world to see. They love putting pictures like this out there for the whole world to see. They do. My earlobes, people. Big, fat earlobe. If you look at any of the childhood photos up to the age of around 10, you will see I have big, fat earlobes, my big, fat pug nose. There's a wonderful video going around right now, age progression. Ears don't lie. They're like a fingerprint. My earlobes aren't going to grow, and attach to my freaking jawline like supposedly his did. But they did, people. Why? Because organized crime put him in power. The man with the red tie. The man with the red tie. I saw a man that looked exactly like him in 1989, dead on a stretcher. I saw the man with the red tie in 1989 dead as a doornail on a stretcher. Now, he's got an orange face. Why does he have an orange face, people? Why does that man have an orange face? So you got my stepbrother, George Onassis, that stole my identity to launder off all the Kennedy money because it's a murder crime ring, people. Now, you feel me? You hear me? They kidnapped me. They put me in hiding with the enemy, no less. And then they used that man to steal, and they used the man with the red tie to help steal. Hello? This man, John Kennedy Jr., the whole world knew, sold my loved one's possessions at auction at the Trump Tower, the man with the red ties, high rise, with Sotheby's auction. They made millions and millions of dollars selling my loved one's possessions. Hello, are you getting the story yet? Organized crime placed him in my place to launder the Kennedy fortune. We the people elected my father to be president of the United States. My father did not like what was going on within our government. My father didn't like what he saw. And what have I saw since they unalived my father? Many unalives. Many of them. And they use identity theft to steal. You know, our mainstream media that is bought and sold by these people, owned by these people right there. Hello? That's what I'm trying to expose to the world. People say, oh, you must not like Donald Trump. No, I love Donald Trump because Donald Trump was my family member. Donald Trump was my cousin. He was. I see some beautiful lions on here. I'm just going to hold this up some more till I can get some more. Oh, here we go. Well, here, let's see the video. I have to go to Ticker Talk to do that. But that's okay. We got time, right, people? You guys can see my one and only TikTok channel that they kept so many fake ones up and took mine down. Hey, but Donald Trump saved TikTok, people. Don't you know that? I just made this a few minutes ago, and it has 933 views on it. I don't know, maybe it was a half hour ago I made that video. 933 views. Why? You think because they think I'm sharing the story of Donald Trump on here? I am, but not in the way they think. The John Kennedy Jr., the whole world knew, was placed by organized crime to steal money. I just had a comment. Well, am I in contact with Caroline Kennedy? Well, you really need to check out the book because Caroline, my sister, is a fake also. Organized crime uses identity theft. Caroline Kennedy is a fake. They made that man this man right here a DA. They made my sister an ambassador. She is at the top of the Democratic Party, right there with the Clinton Foundation, the Clintons, and every other thing. Caroline Kennedy. She's not who she says she is either. They didn't unalive her like they did him in 1999 and my cousin in 1999 because he was such a badass. He turned against organized crime himself because he wanted to be the next John Gotti and run New York City. He wanted to be the crime boss of New York City. They made him a DA. What did he do? Everything needs to be thrown out, people. But yeah, I just got a comment. on I don't even remember what it was, Facebook or YouTube, maybe here, right here. Am I in contact with my sister Caroline Kennedy? Well, if you please follow the story, check out the story. I even share in my book right here. My sister Caroline Kennedy. My sister. I had a sister. I believe she was unalive, but they use replacements. They put replacements in place. At one time, I was told I had 3 sisters named Caroline Kennedy, 3 of them. So it gets all confusing, but they like it that way. They like you to talk like you're a lunatic, like you belong in a mental hospital. That's called MK Ultra. That's how they plan it. That's how they plan it. Awesome. The Happy Jalapeno, 56 watching, 52 comments. Please hit that share button, people. It's going to be this year. You know, while I'm rambling, I'm manifesting. I'm manifesting a church right here in Bullhead City, Arizona. No, I'm going to need a lot of help from Lions. But you imagine if John Kennedy Jr. had a church. You imagine if this book was a #1 seller. If we could get this book to the masses, you think we'd get justice then? You think we could expose the government? That picture I just showed you, you think we could expose that crime ring then? See, I'm dealing with another president of the United States that doesn't want the story out. You think the president of the United States wants me holding this book up saying my cousin Donald Trump was unalived in 1989 and placed by organized crime? What am I going to have to do when the Secret Service comes to town? Think about that. Think about the pressure put on me for trying to share this story. It's freaking huge. Because the real Donald Trump was my cousin. Was. And now he's a puppet put in place by our very own Secret Service. Well, they all are. Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, it does not matter. They still take orders from our Secret Service, from the cabal. Straight up. I was thinking about that FBI agent, and I wish I could remember his name. I was tortured not to remember names, so I could not go live here and remember names. That was all done on purpose. But he was an FBI agent, and he exposed so much. And then he passed away shortly after his story started coming out. They don't like the truth coming out, people. They like to be in charge at the top. Thank you so much. Well, hello, Robin.
Hi, babe.
I think you just had a couple comments earlier saying, tell Robin hello.
Oh.
Yeah, Cindy, when you're under MK Ultra, it is a weapon of war. It really is. It's made so they can get away with their crimes. That's what MK Ultra is. It's a weapon of so many different possibilities. And we're going off the subject here with MK Ultra, but what do I know about MK Ultra? I know you can get someone to grab a weapon and take it and unalive people. I know you can use it and get somebody to run their car straight into a brick wall. I know you can interrogate someone and get them to tell every single thing that they know about anything. It's a spy tool, and it's a weapon of war. You get somebody from one side. You have 2 sides to a war. Well, you can get somebody from that side, and you can have them spill their guts, tell all their secrets. You can send them back to their side, and they don't remember they told you a freaking thing. It is that powerful. It's a huge tool. I know this. I'm not pulling this crap out of my ass. I have seen some crazy things on it. I have seen some crazy things. I haven't even begun to tell people the crazy things I have seen. Being at the top, I was used. I was placed in our black ops. I just explained MK Ultra to you. Well, what if you started an army of MK Ultra soldiers? You get all these military men with military experience, put them under MK Ultra, get them on a helicopter. You fly them to somewhere they're not supposed to be. And this is just an example. They shoot up the town. They get back on the helicopter. You take them back to the military base. They go to sleep in their bunks. And they wake up and they never even knew what happened. They couldn't tell you what happened because they were using the side of their brain they don't usually use. And that's a fact. That's what it's all about. It's a tool. It's that powerful of a tool. So you can get somebody and you can put thoughts in their head. And I've seen it done. And they do it for many reasons. Many reasons. But it is a huge tool, and it's run by evil within our own country. They've turned it against us so they can keep in power. So they can keep in power just like they have been since they unalive my father. Thank you all once again for all your beautiful comments. All you lions, keep roaring. But like I said before I got off on MK Ultra, I would love to start a church. Just like my books. If either one of these books became number one, either one, the story would be out. How could it not be out? It would be a number one bestseller. This is on Lulu.com, $19.63. I believe it's $6, almost $7 shipping. I'm not quite sure, but it is available on Lulu.com right now. I am running out of copies to send away. I really am. We had 100 copies of the color edition, and I think I have 2 left. I think I gave one to Robin. She put it in a Ziploc bag, and I have this one. It's because they cost $11 a copy to have made, just to have made. That doesn't include shipping or anything else. But please share my video. Thank you so much for sharing. But you imagine if I had a church right here in Bullhead City, Arizona. Why I keep thinking of that is because this wonderful lady sent me this hat in the mail. She sent me some ink pens, some little notepads, just a wonderful supporter. And in her note, she said, if you ever need any envelopes or office supplies, let me know. She said she'll get them for me, which is huge. Now all I need is the secretary to help write letters to politicians and so on to wake them up. I want justice so bad, but I want to share the love so bad too. I want to so many causes that I know about. You know, like I said, I was the son of our former president, kidnapped, put with a family, and tortured beyond belief sometimes. You know, had done some crazy, outrageous things they had me do. I can even imagine what's in some of their CIA files, the stuff that I was doing. But yeah, a church would be wonderful. You know, it gets 120 degrees here in the summertime. It gets hot here in Bullhead City. Right now, it's beautiful. It was 75 degrees here in Bullhead City today. A little breeze, but it was beautiful. I was running around with no shirt on, doing a little yard work and running around, and it was great. But in the summer, it's too hot to be here. My son passed away last June of heat exposure, supposedly. I believe it was MK Ultra, and because they messed his head up. A lot of that is in my book. I miss my son each and every day. I really do. But a church too, so when it's real hot, people could come and just kick back. It would be a great place for people, needy people to come and get some groceries. It would be a wonderful place for people to write letters and try to expose people. It would be great for people like Bill to come visit me and do a sermon. I have a few friends that I've met here lately that are really into God and religion and love sharing it. A lot of good, wonderful, kind people. And I have met so many wonderful, blessed people here since I've started sharing. I didn't know there was that many kind people in this world because I was controlled. I was kicked. I was made to be down. I was kept in poverty my whole life. So I could not share this. Like I say, these are huge achievements. They really are. These 2 books, huge, huge to start getting these out. And you lions that keep sharing, and you're being hindered. You're being blocked every day. You make a video, they take you down. You hold up my book, you get kicked off. Social media, they don't want my story out. And it's huge what the story is. If it didn't expose them, if my story did not expose these people at the top, like that picture I showed you, and I'll show it to you again. If my story did not expose people like this in our government, it would be all over the frickin' media. But my story exposes these people for being fakes, for being frauds, for being the cabal, for lying to you, for being Hollywood actors. That's what my story does. That's why all you lions keep getting hindered, blocked, shadow banned, taken out, given strikes, giving warnings. You can't share this on the internet, people. Why can't you share this on the internet? Because of that right there. That's why you can't share my story. I hope people start getting it and want to learn more of why they keep getting taken down and harassed, and share it, want to make it share even more. Yeah, Libby, I have run across so many great, wonderful people. Like I said, I got a package in the mail, and Mary Maxwell, that helped me write this second book, she also has some wonderful books. She's a truther. Stop lying about the marathon bombing. I've never told Mary my story about that. I never have. But anytime the government wanted to cover something up, they usually would put me under MK Ultra and take me along. I have seen many crazy things just being there. And why was I there? Because if it ever came out, they didn't want my story out. So it would instantly get covered up by people within our government. They used me. They used me my whole life. And that's one way they used me. If I go to the FBI, they tell me, we can't talk to you. Go away. Why? Why would our very own FBI tell me they can't talk to me? Go away. Whether it was Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, it doesn't matter. They would still tell me to go away because it is the same murder crime ring of power within our government. That's why they tell me to go away, to shut up and go away. We don't want to talk to you. Right there. It's a great example. Right there. It's a huge example of the corruption. It goes all the way to the frickin' top. All the way to the top of the crime syndicate. Right frickin' there. A picture will tell you 1,000 words. That man stole my identity. Straight up. He was placed by organized crime. Straight up. There's proof. There's evidence. There's so much that prove That man right there stole my identity. That man and Donald Trump are supposed to be cousins, people. Arm in arm, just like you seen that picture. You don't think they knew each other? You don't think they knew one replaced me and one didn't? Of course they do. They're the same crime ring. They're stealing millions and millions and billions of freaking dollars. My father, JFK, was a billionaire, people. Our Secret Service had my mother, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, marry Aristotle Onassis. He was also a billionaire. So you had billionaire and billionaire. And guess what? In 1975, they unalived my mother right in front of me. They unalived her. Now I had a new mother. And guess what? She was a billionaire. My new mother was a billionaire. She was. You might not hear about it, but she was. So you had JFK's money. You had Aristotle Onassis' money. You got all that money through marriage. Through marriage. And then you had the unalivement of my mother. So you get the cabal. They do a little plastic surgery. They get these people in Hollywood. They get these doctors, these surgeons. You get the dentists. Hey, you have a badge. You can get anybody you want to. You say you either help us and shut up or you're unalived. They got the badge. They got the power. So they give a little dental work. They give a little plastic surgery. I got a new mom now. Guess what? She's a billionaire. Now she has all the power to give those billions of dollars to whoever she wants to. But guess what? It wasn't me, because my real mom was dead. So then you get the man that stole my identity and Donald Trump selling all those millions and millions and millions of dollars. And you hear about it all the time. You hear about it all the time. You got Donald Trump's nephew saying, Donald Trump stole $420 million from me. $400 million. Well, guess what? He's not your cousin. He's not your nephew, your uncle, or whoever the frick he was. He's not. He's a Hollywood frickin' actor. You're fired. You're fired. I had a Hollywood career. They stole that too. With 6 You Get an Egg Roll with Doris Day. How's MK Ultra work? They're the best at what they do. So as a child, Jackie wanted me to have a Hollywood career. But there was so much going on with the unalignment of my uncle and my father and what they were doing. But she wanted me to have a Hollywood career. So what did they do? They gave me the name Richard Steele. When I would do things, they would put something in my mouth, make me look like I was a little mentally ill and add a little slobber on my side. But they did that on purpose. But with MK Ultra, you had, I believe it was Brian Keith or David Keith and Doris Day, and you had the movie set. They actually had me and those other kids sleeping on bunk beds in a room. They told me, this is your new mom. Doris Day was my new mom. That's how the scenes became so real for the movie. Dad sleeping in mom's bed. Because I really believed it was my mom and dad. That's MK Ultra. MK Ultra, when you're under MK Ultra, they can program you. They can tell you, this is going to be your lines. And it's your brain is so big, but you're not using it. So Doris Day was my new mom because I was under MK Ultra as a kid. I remembered my lines. They would tell me. The directors would tell me, you're going to say this, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. But that was me. But they didn't want it to be me. They ended up stealing my identity there too. They're still trying to steal my identity to this day, people. Now they're trying to become David Quigley. And there's people trying to be John Kennedy that aren't even who they say they are, just to confuse everybody. Just to throw a monkey wrench in the whole fucking mess. Thank you, Lion, so much. I'm actually up to 70 in here by what I'm seeing. And it is so very much appreciated. somebody came on Facebook and said, "Hey, you gonna come on for Cartoon Day?" It's like getting to be a normal thing because I call days of the week for what they are. Saturday is Cartoon Day. Tuesday is Trash Day. We used to have Recycle Day, you know. But like I don't ever have any scripts. I don't ever have anything written down, and I'll show you how I write. And that's what I'm going to say. I will show you how I write. And then I'm going to sign it. That's right-handed. I was left-handed. It's worse left-handed. But if you can see, if you can go back to my school days where I had to write 100 times John F. Kennedy on the blackboard, it looks the same. It's the same handwriting. But now if I tried to put a story down, there's no way. So these books, actually, this book right here was done with video chat over and over and over again. Jackie, beautiful, beautiful soul. Looked at all my videos that I had on Facebook. We did video chat over and over again. And that's how this book came around, because there's no way I could write. I can read. I'm a very good reader, but I can't write. And that's because I believe it's because all the torture they had me going through and all that. Mary Maxwell. She is 77 years old. That's Mary Maxwell right there on the back. She's a go-getter. She's written, I think, 20 books. And I've seen her. She actually flew in from Boston to Bullhead City here. And she interviewed me a few times. And she was like, "You are who you say you are." And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And I asked her, "Please, you've wrote a lot of books. Will you help me write this?" And she did. And here it is. She is a go-getter. She worked really hard on this. And it's all truth that needs to get out to the world. And it's a huge achievement. I could never have done this by myself. I could have never done this one by myself. And I couldn't have never got it out without all of you sharing and helping share. Thank you all once again for all your wonderful, wonderful comments. But yeah, I'm praying for a church. I keep coming back to that. I am praying for a church. It's going to happen somehow, some way. And it's all going to be to get the story out, to help people. I have so many things. Some of them are even getting ruined. That people send me newspaper clippings, books. There's so much material out there about my father, my mother, my family. I would love to have a place to hang it. They have the JFK library, and none of it's even freaking true. Straight up. My birth certificate is in the JFK library by what I believe in the family Bible. How come that family Bible is not sitting right here in front of me? Why? Because it's crazy at the top, people. It is so freaking crazy. The deception, the lies. So yeah, when I was a child, after my father, what happened to my father, my uncle, and all these, I had a new name. David Keith Quigley. It's just a piece of paper, though. And who are the best forgers? Our Secret Service. Who's in charge of forgery? Our Secret Service. It's fucking crazy what they do right in front of people. It really is. It's wonderful to see all your wonderful comments. But yeah, so that's what I'm manifesting for. That's what I'm hoping for. People just to be able to show up in Bullhead City and meet the real John Kennedy and talk with some people. And if they're thirsty, stop by and get a drink of water. If they're hot, stop in and cool down and make world news. It's all about sharing my story. Wonderful lady I talked to on the phone today that supports me so greatly. Yeah, and I was talking with her, but I feel the love, people. I feel the love. And there's so many churches out there. I went to many, many churches in my lifetime, and a lot of it was so the satanic people could hide out in the church. If you kidnap and you're hiding out the son of our former president, what's the best way to get away with it? Go to church every Sunday. Go to Bible study at night. Hold Bible study at your house. The devil loves churches to hide out in. They really do. It's a cover. It's a cover for the devil, for the satanic cults to go to church and start a church. So if all these people could start their churches, why couldn't John Kennedy start one? And no religion, I have friends that a lot of them believe in a lot of different things. And if you want to listen, you can listen. If you don't want to believe them, you don't have to believe them. That's my motto. As long as nobody hurts anybody, do what you want. It's a wonderful way of life to believe in. My belief is God made us all, made everything, made it. He's a creator, and he's beyond me. But enough about religion. God bless you all. I thank you all. It's time I hung up. Please share my story. I thank you all that have been sharing my story. Oh, well, that's nice. Come to Kingman for a barbecue. Maybe you guys will have to come down here for a barbecue when we get things all together. I got a really big barbecue. But yeah, that's a nice offer. Anyway, I'm starting to repeat myself. My website, the real John F. Kennedy JR.com. Yeah, you can learn a lot if you don't know about my story and what I'm exposing. You can learn a lot there. You can join me on here and see all my lives and my past videos. Once again, I got a letter today in the mail that said somebody had purchased this book and wasn't able to leave a review on Amazon for some reason, and they were really disappointed because they could not leave their review. See the reviews on Amazon. Stolen Identity, Unveiling the Real John Kennedy Jr. There's a link to my website. And Kimberly just put this link to Lulu on my website. That is the real John F. Kennedy JR.com. You can go to that website. You can click on this link and you can go to the link for Stolen Identity. And you can just click on there and you can see all the wonderful, blessed reviews. You can even see a few of the haters' reviews. And there's many, but we have many enemies because I just showed you who I'm exposing is the biggest criminals in this country. I just shared it with you. And year after year, the cabal keeps putting one of their own in. It's a non-stop cycle. But thank you all once again for sharing. You all have a wonderful weekend. Wonderful, blessed weekend. You have a wonderful night too, Kathy. God bless you all. Thank you all. So many wonderful, wonderful lions on here. Like I said, I'm just repeating myself, and I'm going to go back to watching my monster movie. So, with all my heart and soul, thank you. Remember, we're going to have a church here in Bullhead City someday. It's happening. It's going to happen. God bless you all. Peace.